Trigger Joe Britson.
All right, let's go.
To try to get a matchup with a gunner. Oh, goes the lead. Francis is gunner.
Well, this is just a fist. When I start throwing it around, I can leave one hell of a mess. Let's dance.
Multiple occasions. Wow, it looks like they're going to swing to the very end.
And he wasn't kidding.
Wow.
It's very rare.
What a finish.
Another one.
Really poses the question, what do you want to do? Do you want to take a chance and risk getting knocked out? Oh my God!
Oh my God.
Trying to take care of business, trying to get to It's a knockout. Oh my It's a knockout.
And he's closing it, trying to finish it, and it's over!
Because I'm going to take this foot and I'm going to whop you on that side of your face. There's not a goddamn thing you can do about it.
Buck is brought to you by Modelo.
I killed it!
Punch me right in the face, man.
And we have a new nickname. Okay, we have William Send It 7 Piercing. All right, other than that, we used to call him Willie Pete. We used to call him the Mad Russian.
For his opponent to be quicker on the catch.
Now you're gonna get it, Bobby.
I think you've had enough. No? Now you've had enough. Bitch.
Wow. How good is this?
Finish him!
Another one.
Everybody gets triggered. It's just if you become a pansy. That's in the Book of Earl.
I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
You called down the thunder, well now you got it.
Gotta be very careful.
This is the Veteran Trash Talk Sports Betting Show with your hosts, Trigger Joe, Send It 7 Pearson, and the Big Earl. UFC, NFL, if it's on, we're betting on it.
What's up, Frontworks Nation? All right. Hey, it feels like forever since the last time that we've been on the screen together. And you know what? I'm a little sad. All right. Because all I know is that my bank account grew a little bit thanks to Bill. And then Joe, he was like, oh, it's East Coast. I'm going to sleep. All right. Wait, oh no. I don't want to help Nick make money. All right. So it got to the point where my bookie was like, something's going on here. and they actually
That's true. They fucked us.
Dude, we were on a roll. So like it's just live betting. But Joe was in his bed, sleeping, right, just like enjoying the night. And you know what? And I'm not gonna say it. Okay, I'm gonna say it. All right, I'm gonna say it. It's probably why I
shotgun 3 Rippets, and I still could not make it to 3 a.m. It was 3 a.m. my time when
it's probably why Bill is champ. All right, because while Bill's up there researching fights, Joe's sleeping. All right,
hey, Johnny Walker got me a point back.
He did.
He did.
So I think we're like at what, 3 now again? I think we're back to 3.
We're back at 2. We're back at 2.
Is it 2? Let's go to 2. I'm calling it. We're calling
it
2.
Sure.
We're calling it 2.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
Those of you watching for the first time, I know you're like, what the hell is this? All right. Trust me, if you like to gamble, these 2 guys are going to give you the best gambling advice, period, for UFC. Period. Okay, there's nobody else better. There's nobody on ESPN. There's nobody on Barstool Sports.
Time might be thinking, what the hell is this?
Now, again, I always call out Dan because Dan watches the show. Dan, you bet twice, you lost twice. If you would have bet 40 times like I do, then you'd be up. All right, so sorry. And then again, you don't listen to the Big Earl. All right, the Big Earl says you put money on the locks, and then you put money on the parlays. Okay. And then you usually, if the parlays lose, you come out kind of maybe down a little bit, but not terrible. You still got a little bit of scratch in the bank. All right. So, anyways, that's what we're doing right now. All right. We're picking UFC 284. And with us is VTT's Trigger Joe and the champ, VTT's Bill Send It 7 Pearson. All right. So, and as Shaner says, game's called I Win. Yes, that's correct. When these guys say that it'll happen, that's what happens. But hey, what's going on, guys? What's new? What's happening?
You know, like you heard me talking about earlier, I had a soldier decided he wasn't going to wear a uniform anymore and said I wouldn't do anything about it. So now he's in shackles in a confinement facility. It's called FAFO, if you will. Fuck around and find out.
It's called Wait One.
And the next time this moron says you won't do it, I guarantee a flinch is on the end of the it. Like, you won't do it like that because of what he went ahead and found out messing with Send It 7. All right, I'm not pumping Bill's ego anymore. That's it.
Well, he's the champ, so he gets to do whatever he wants. But anyways, so see this beautiful concoction right here? All right, this is where I get my picks from. Okay, this is where I do my research. So 10th Mountain, all right, whiskey. Go to it, 10thmountainwhiskey.com, put in the code VTT, and you get yourself a discount, all right? And you can put it like a veteran, too. You might get like 20% off or something. I don't know. But it is what it is. But it's great bourbon. Got a little bit, it's a little sweet. It's a sweet bourbon, but I like it. It's awesome. All right. Hey, let's go. All right, the fights. Let's get after it. I love this. Like, I love that UFC 284. Like, I'm excited for the final fight. I don't know why, because I don't know shit. All right, but that's the disclaimer. Everybody
fight card.
Yeah, everybody know this. What I say is not real. Okay, but whatever I pick, don't bet with me unless you want to like make serious money. You want to bet with me, you're gonna make serious money because like half the shit I say doesn't even exist. But listen to these guys. Okay, they're going to let you know how to win money. All right, let's get
on this fight. The dudes on this fight card know how important it is being in Perth, Australia, too. They're not going to come out there and put on a sleeper if they want to get on Dana White's good side. So it should be a banger. Yeah. A lot of Australians in Australia, a lot of drunks. It's going to be rowdy.
Nice. Aussie. Oi. Nobody? Okay. Yeah. You guys suck. You guys suck. All right. So my phone's dropping because I'm hammered. I went golfing today, if you couldn't tell. All right. I'm retired.
What'd you hit?
Shot 84. Not bad.
Not
bad. But the course where I play,
White Claws.
So many. High noons today. All right. A lot of high noons. But they're so refreshing. It's just,
I can't get a ranch water in Michigan. I can't get a ranch water. It's killing
people don't understand how beautiful ranch waters are.
Oh,
Like,
God, it's so good, dude.
Like you get drunk,
Dangerously good.
and it looks like a beer because it's in a can, right? And it's not like White Claw, so you don't look like a douchebag like Bill, who slammed 8 of them when he beat me, right? Like, so, like,
Hey, Fishers do what it takes to win.
Hey, I'm the only one to take. I'm the only one to take a knee and slam a White Claw. I'll admit it. Like, this is fucking bullshit. But anyways, so let's not rehash. Let's not rehash history.
My crowning achievement.
Yeah, let's not rehash history. Like when I, tap Joe out real quietly. Let's not talk about it.
I want to hear you say those 2 words together again. So I almost want to say what for no reason.
let's not talk about it. It doesn't matter. There's nobody cares.
What was the bigger achievement? Is it hurting Joe's shoulder and tapping him out, or me making you take a knee and slamming a White Claw and hailing the king of
the tap out, as he's proven throughout the history of the show, is the greatest accomplishment of his life. He's never bragged about anything else more than he's bragged about that. So it's got to be number one. It's got to be number one.
So it is number one because here's why. So, like, Bill, yeah, you beat me in golf. I had to bow out.
It's giving you 20 years of material.
I was up by like 45 strokes on you. But Joe, every time he tries to like reach up and grab something, he thinks of me.
It
he thinks of me.
It made me happy.
They redid this one. Totally brand new.
Before we had our golf competition, Travis was telling me, he's like, hey, here's how you beat Nick Cottrell. It's like, you just got to get past the front 9. It's like, once you get to the back 9, his back's going to start hurting and he's going to cave. You just got to stay close until the back 9. And sure enough, right over was a hole 16, Nick crumbled.
I probably wired up a couple junction boxes the wrong way. I was following that match so closely on Facebook. And I look away for an hour, and the next video posted is Nick on a knee, and I'm like, wait, how did that happen?
And the first text I got was from Travis going, I fucking told you.
Yeah. I'm good now. I got way better drugs. So like I can easily last 18 holes. Just a couple of it's good.
What kind of drugs?
Not weed, that kind. So marijuana. All right.
Only the cool kids.
Can we get serious for a second, guys? No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know.
No. But we got a lot of people watching right now. Hey, big shout out to the VTT community. I'm glad that I was able to clear up the stuff on the page. So that's my fault. Apparently the page was restricted and we cleared all that up. And we have a lot of viewers now, getting a lot of followers at 110,000 followers on VTT. So really, really appreciate that. Gruntworks, of course, you guys are dying because Facebook hates you. But we also own Gruntworks now. So we're trying to bring that back. Great clothing line. So go to shop.veterantrashtalk.com. Put in the code VTTGW and get a discount. Did I say that right, Chris? Who gives a shit? Are you even paying attention? All right. Let's get it. Light heavyweight. Now I put a lot of analysis in this fight. All right. I was digging in, looking at Wikipedia, things that happened in the past. All right. And so we got Crute, old Jimmy Crute at 12-3 versus Meinfeld at 13-3. And I'm gonna go Jimmy. All right. I'm going Jimmy Crute by submission. All right. Second round, and it's gonna be by taint twist. Okay, so like this is different. We've seen the taint strike, okay, and nobody recovers from the taint strike. But so as the game has evolved and they defend against the taint strike, it turns into a pinch and a twist. Okay, so I'm going Jimmy Crute by submission, taint twist. The champ. What say you?
Oh, I think good possibility.
I
don't know if they would actually officially call that, but it would be a phenomenal move. However, I'm going with Menifield on this one. And here's the thing. I like Jimmy Crute, and I hate when it comes to gambling. You know, I get big into statistics, and I tend to not like betting on someone to take three L's in a row. Because it doesn't happen a lot. So sometimes when I go into my betting and I'm looking at who they're fighting, if I don't like betting for someone to take 3 L's in a row. I think Jimmy Crute is going to take his 3rd L in a row, though. Crute has 3 losses. All of them are in the first round, and he's fighting a guy who has ended a lot of people in the first round. Menafield, like I said, I like Jimmy Crute. I like the way he moves. He's got a pretty good ground game. I think he's got a better gas tank than Alonzo Menafield, but Menafield has gone to distance a few times. But the difference is Menafield throws like a semi-truck. I mean, he hits and he hits hard. And I don't see Crute. I don't see this fight going the distance, and I don't see Crute staying awake this whole fight. If Crute's going to win this fight, it's going to be a lot of takedowns and keeping Menafield on his back. I mean, the odds are in Crute's favor for this fight. I think what I got -180 was the last one I checked. All right. And Menafield was a +150. So I'm going Menafield. So that also tells you he's my DraftKings sleeper for this card as well. But I don't see Crute. I don't think Crute has the chin for Menafield. So I'm going Alonzo Menafield TKO. I think late first round. If Crute's lucky, he can get in the second round. But I think the under is not a horrible bet. It's not what I'm going to recommend to you guys. I'm going to go Menafield money line for a lot of my parlays. But take Menafield money line by TKO. But if you want a safer bet out there, bet this fight to not go the distance, I think is also a safe bet. But Menafield by TKO. Late first, early second round.
Perfect. So now, hey, pay attention, everybody. So those of you just tuning in, we're picking UFC fights here. VTT's Trigger Joe and Bill sent it 7. All right, like they're really good at it. I'm not. So like, if you're just watching for the first time, don't listen to me. But I do want to pick up on something there before I turn it over to Joe. Is that Bill brought up a good point about the chin, and there's a reason. Like, look at his chin, right? Like,
sure.
like you can hit that with a bat, right? And nothing's going on, right?
It's been tested.
Right. Well, you're also 7 feet tall, so who tested it? Like what?
And this eyebrow, bro.
Yeah,
I got caveman features. It's okay.
Nice. Yeah. So Joe and I grow beards because we want to hide our weak chin. Look at that thing. It's huge. It's huge. Like what do you do with that? Like hit him on the button. Well, like the button hurt my hand. Like what shit?
Thing's got a gift shop on it. Why can't you hit it?
So all right, Joe, what do you got for this fight?
Look, first of all, associated with this fight, I will have no names on my bet. Okay. I don't like this fight for 2 reasons. Menafield is so explosive, and I think he's going to be so much physically stronger than Crute. I think Crute will have the better gas tank of the two, but I don't think Jimmy Crute gets out of 5 minutes if he doesn't go to the ground. If he does go to the ground, he's got a phenomenal offensive grappling game. He subs some guys. He's actually better at subbing people than he is on the feet. So my pick is under the distance, parlay wise. For the sake of the show, I agree with Bill. I lost faith in Jimmy Crute after he was TKO by Jamal Hill. People say, "Oh, it was just a TKO from Anthony Smith because he got hit with the leg kick." Okay, cool, but bro, your body's still breaking down. And if you think that Alonzo Menafield is going to hit softer than Anthony Smith does, I mean, if you can't take that leg kick from Anthony Smith, you can't take it from Menafield either. So TKO is a TKO. So what I'm saying is he's 5 fights into the UFC with 3 losses and finished 3 times. And Alonzo Menafield has finished his last 2 fights by knockout. So I'm going to go ahead and say Alonzo Menafield gets first round TKO here, and probably wobbles him with the first big punch he lands.
Notice how nobody covered the Tate strike. Okay, so I'm just saying, if you're going to bet with the big Earl, find the book.
Van Damme invented that.
Yeah,
Yay!
Oh, against the big Japanese guy. Fucking
that
beautiful.
was a taint strike.
Yeah, that was a huge taint strike. Like, dude, you ever got punched in the balls before? I haven't, and it won't happen. not ever happening. Like we're going to war. Like it's over. Like it's done. All right, heavyweight fight.
Say that again.
Heavyweight fight.
Touche.
You told me to say it again.
So I said touche.
Touche. Hey, think about it.
I believe it's Cajun.
Yeah, Cajun fat. All right, so
all right,
5-3. Tafa versus what is that? Parker Porter.
That's correct.
At 13-7. All right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Tafa by pee slap. All right, you get it because it's Parker Porter. Get it?
Got it.
Pee slap. He's gonna Dana White the shit out of him. All right, like pee slap. All right. So
is he gonna do the parade wave first? Like see this?
No, we might need to address that at the end of the show, but let's not worry about it right now. But we'll talk about it later. But yeah, so Joe, what do you got on the pee slap?
Yeah, Your Honor, I kept an open hand. Apparently that doesn't work. So you look at these two guys lining up and you think, if this thing doesn't end in 17 seconds, there's going to be a lot of huffing and puffing. Because last time Parker Porter went to get in the cage, he looked at his trainer, was like, "You going to get out of the way?" And the trainer's like, "Why? So you can beat him, fatty." Oh, that was a little Ace Ventura for you. Never mind.
It's accurate though.
They're so fat and
the
so
joke
out of shape.
would be funny if it wasn't accurate.
Yeah, but here's the thing: it's like I try to picture the montage. I try to get into montage mode. Can I see this guy running with like steam coming off him in the morning, like in a hoodie, jogging to some Rocky theme music? No, look at Justin Tafa. He's 6 foot tall and he couldn't make 265. There's a lot of blubber here.
Wait.
I'm going to go ahead and pick.
There's a weight limit on heavyweight.
Yeah, you can't go over 265.
Stop.
Yeah, there's only a couple people that had to cut to make.
Brock Lesnar known fact. So like Brock Lesnar used to have to cut to 265, but when he walked in the cage, he was probably at 315. They said.
Yeah, it was insane how he could cut down. They said he walked around about 310.
Only a wrestler could pull that shit off.
Hey, Javier Portillo, that's your boy. Bill is on the chat thread again. He's saying if it gets out of the first round, Tafa will beat him. Gassing Porter.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got Tafa by knockout. He hits a lot harder than Porter does. Porter's got enough.
I got something real
to
for
lay
your
against
ass in these hands.
Yeah. Porter's got enough to lay against him against the cage and make it really boring and really sloppy. And I really don't like this fight. But I'm going to go ahead and take Tafa by KO. And I would say, honestly, the play here, man, I'm staying away from it. There's enough good picks on this card to where I don't need two fat bodies ruining it with their lack of skill and cardio. So I'll go Tafa by KO round one.
Nice. Bill, the champ. What say you?
I'm mostly with Joe on this one. By mostly I mean like 99.9%. I got Tafa. And Tafa actually has a weirdly good high kick for a fat body. But I'm also with Javier Portillo. Listen, if this goes past the first round, Tafa does have the advantage. I think he's fought the better competition into deeper rounds. That's not saying much. Parker Porter has got a decent chin, but he's still just a fat, heavy piece of shit. What do you lose? He is. I mean, he lost his last fight by rear naked choke, but it really was he got hit and he was out of breath. So he fell to the ground and it gave a guy an easy choke out.
It was rear naked donut. Too many donuts coming.
I love that. I love that meme. I already forget what movie it was, but it's like the Army's got to do something new. Fire all the fat people.
Yeah. Oh, that's Horrible Bosses.
Horrible Bosses, yeah. Fire all the fat people.
He plays the great cokehead in that. What is his name?
So good. Colin Farrell.
Yeah, he plays a great.
First of all, fire all the fat people.
Yeah.
And weirdly, the fight odds in this one, I think Tafa was a -30, Parker Porter was a +110. And here's the other thing. I think the odds should be greater than that, to be honest with you, because I also think Tafa is going to have just the adrenaline rush of being in an Aussie crowd in Australia. Tafa is not going to lose to Parker Porter in Australia. It's a thing. Weirdly, it only doesn't work with Derek Lewis. Like, Derek Lewis can't fucking fight in Texas for some reason. He's a Texas boy who loses in Texas. I don't know why. Tamer figured it out. Yeah. Tamer caught on to that statistic. Derek Lewis is a Houston boy who fucking loses every time in Texas. As long as Derek Lewis can fight in the Apex, he's all right.
Speaking of Derek Lewis did not get tapped last fight.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
Okay.
He quit.
Yeah, well,
he was not choked out.
He did what you did when I saw you get straight armbarred. You immediately went boop,
back,
just like that before it got locked in.
I'm not dealing with this. Like not even dealing with it. You're good. You got me. I felt you grab this, and I felt my arm go, and I was like, "You're good. I got you." Like no.
And here's the thing: like we talk about fighters from different areas having stereotypes that are true. Like, Mexican fighters just have this heart that you don't see. And Aussies are fucking barroom brawlers. Tafa is coming in there, and he is not going to lose a Parker Porter in Australia in some candy ass way. Tafa's going to come out.
And Dagestanis eat the weak and baby hearts and Wheaties with horse meat. Dagestani.
Yeah, Niner.
Yeah, that's probably about right. But yeah, I got Justin Tafa by TKO. I probably the first round. If it leaves the first, like, I'm betting this fight money line if I'm doing it.
Don't you have to bet every fight money line?
But Portillo was right. If it goes past the first round, it actually starts to favor Tafa. I think Parker will just gas out and like give up easy. I don't see this leaving the first round. Parker does have a decent chance for. Listen, neither one of these guys will ever even be in contention for the belt.
No,
they're fighting for beer
with
money.
The Australian in Australia.
So is this one of the fights that
it means more to him? Dude.
Is this one of the fights, Joe, you were talking about pre-show that should be on the prelims, and then there should be another?
Yeah, I would swap Malarkey and Prado for this.
100%.
I want to see this Prado fight. This kid looks like the Argentinian Drew Dober. He's got like the chin and everything.
100%. I 100% agree with Joe on that one.
Well, he's from Argentina, and he looks like Drew Dober, so that's what I'm trying to say. Argentinian. He's got a little bit more olive skin, darker hair.
There is 2 fights in the prelims I would have put on this card before Tafa and Porter, but because it's Australia, they threw Tafa on.
Tyson Pedro, I would have put out over these 2 heavyweights. I would rather watch Pedro with Kauskas.
Gotcha. All right, hey, those of you that just tuned in, all right, we're live on Veteran Trash Talk, Gruntworks, and YouTube. Okay.
Let's get to this banger. I can't wait for this fight.
These fights. Okay, like everybody. All right, so I just got distracted. I'm not going to let it bother me. All right, I'm going to let it roll. We'll keep going. All right. God has decided to text us instead of talk to us. And he's like, are we going to talk about the Super Bowl? Yeah, real quick, real fast. Philly wins
God
by
didn't
a touchdown.
do that. You did it.
The fuck over it. Yeah, you did it. All right. Philly wins by a touchdown. Super Bowl's over.
Absolutely.
All right.
By the way.
Yeah. Absolutely. Fucking bye. All right. Bye. They're a better team. All right. Welterweight fight. We got Della Maddalena, whatever the hell that is, 13-2 versus Brown 16-4. Now, I didn't want to say this, all right, but because of recent events and that we have to like always pay homage to something. All right, I'm gonna go Randy by decision. All right, for Black History Month. Do it, yeah. Now say no, Bill.
You should should have went with that one on Alonzo Menafield, but
I thought about it. I said that
not Randy Brown.
I said that pre-show, but hey, watch it happen.
Alonzo Menafield's loose American. Saying.
I don't know who these fighters are. What the hell are you
Yeah.
talking about?
Next one's Joe's call, but we're going to be.
Is it Joe's?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, lock it
Oh,
up.
it's your fight.
Yeah. No, definitely not.
It is actually Bill's. I went first on Tafo.
Yeah. You went
I
first.
went Metafield. Then you went top. Oh yeah.
The finger.
Hey, easy. Lock it up.
Hey.
Lock it up.
Hey, ain't no locking up here, bro. It's DD214 right here. All right. Ain't no locking nothing up.
He caught the Sergeant Major making an error. We're not going to let him forget it. Oh, chuck it.
Right.
Hey, we'll take half a point.
Maybe
away.
you put the shackles on. No, I'm just kidding. I got excited.
You put the shackles on.
Yeah.
All right. We love you, Bill.
Honestly, lock it up. Jack Della Maddalena. Sorry, I hate saying his last name, but Jack. Take Jack. Lock it up. He is absolutely one of my locks. I wanted to lock in Jack on the under. Bullshit. However, Randy Brown has a pretty decent chin and knows how to make it to a decision. Jack's gonna whoop his ass. Which is why I'm hesitant on giving you finish type. Only because Randy's got a good chin. But Jack has ended a lot of people, and he's ended a lot of people in the first round. He is just, and he's from Perth, Australia, which makes it even worse for this fight for Randy Brown. But Jack ends people with his hands. I want to say TKO first round, but Randy Brown's got a good chin. It might go the distance, so don't bet the fight. If you want the safe bet, take Jack money line. But there's a very good chance Jack Maddalena ends this dude in the first round. So Jack TKO first round. He's a mean dude. He's gonna be amped as shit being in Perth, Australia, and Randy Brown's getting his chin rocked off. I think is a pretty safe assumption. So Jack Maddalena KO first round.
All right. Well, Sergeant Major back. All right, just came out in the thread. All right, hey Keith, did you know that if a soldier refuses to put on a uniform, you can shackle his ass up? Kind of like I shackled Joe up circa 2007. All right.
You're on JBLM. We will shackle you.
2006. Sorry, 2006.
Literally, when Bill said shackles, that's the first thing that popped to mind was Nick and I in combat.
Well, the first thing that popped out was your shoulder, but the second thing was shackles.
Naturally.
Hey, I'm sorry that I won, Joe. I'm sorry. All right, Joe, what's say?
And Keith's
listen.
He's a black belt now too, isn't he?
Yeah. He said facts.
Listen here. This is the biggest fight of Della Maddalena's career in the UFC so far, but it's his fifth fight in the UFC. He's 4-0 with 4 knockouts. 4-0 with 3 knockouts. All of the knockouts are in the first round. He's got 15 total fights. He's 13-2. 14 of them have gone inside the distance. So I got this dude as a future championship contender. I think the only thing that might hurt him is the fact that he's 5'11", and all the guys at the top of 170 are like 6'2".
Yeah, short
so
guys don't
getting
win.
Inside on Randy Brown, and Randy Brown will strike with some people. I really do think that Jack Della Maddalena's striking is on a different level. His boxing is on a different level. He strikes with he's got that Gaethje type, like just every time he hits. Yeah. And the dude,
that's actually a good analogy.
You love watching him fight.
Said it, Bill.
He's the kind of guy that you sit there and you tune in for his fights because you know you're going to get entertained and he's going to brawl. 8.45 strikes landed per minute for a welterweight is unheard of. At 50% strike accuracy, I got Jack Della Maddalena taking home the knockout of the night bonus, and I've got him parlayed by TKO over Randy Brown. That's where I see it going. 13 victories with 11 knockouts. So I think the knockout streak continues, and this is number 4 in a row for him. And I think Randy Brown is just good enough to maybe make him work to get inside, make him work to set a couple of traps to actually get his punches off. But once he finds the angles and gets inside on Randy Brown, everything he hits with does damage. And I see him I don't see Randy Brown getting outside of 5 minutes with him. So I got Della Maddalena by knockout and lock him up to win the fight, whether you go knockout or money line. He is minus 330.
So obviously the experts are crazy, but it is what it is. I do want to address a comment in the chat where Javier says, "Does the black belt cover Black History Month for me in jiu-jitsu?" All right, now.
Oh, nice name drop. Okay.
Now,
never mind. I'm sorry. That's really cool.
Now, hey, it's 3 white guys talking about UFC. Okay, so
that's what we should have named the show.
3 white guys talking about UFC, right?
Might have caught some heat.
Now, hey, Black History Month, and everybody knows the Big Earl stance on this. If you follow VTT's Big Earl or on Veteran Trash Talk, I disagree with every special month. I disagree with all of them. Okay, that's just me. Okay. However, if you don't think that we shouldn't pay attention to things that happen in this country, then I mean, what are we talking about? So let's not talk about it. Let's just
can I spark a tender debate real quick and say, don't you think there's a lot of people on March 1st that like the actual people that are what's wrong with this country on March 1st have that little comment in the back of their head, go back to being normal now, sick of your shit. Like, I think what it does is it makes you important for a month instead of like afterwards, go back to being normal. Like, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
Yeah, and Len, VTT Specific Tita brought up a good point when I asked this question like a year ago, and she goes, "Well, kind of like we like it because we're celebrating our month, we're celebrating what women have done because we were oppressed, which women were more oppressed than anybody,
anyone,
period." Yeah. So it's like, I got it. Just understand the bro-vet mentality, people. All right, we don't give a shit.
That's the thing you got to love about Len is she knows that that's a perfectly valid argument because we like it and we enjoy it. That's perfectly okay, dude. That's a great response.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And she was super 100% correct in that response. I just again, you're never gonna go forward if you look in the past. Never gonna go forward.
True.
Period. So like we got it. All right, we're off of this. We're off of it. All right.
Back in the fight.
The co-main. We got a featherweight fight, which means like 170?
145.
Oh, even smaller.
These are little guys.
Oh my God. All right.
You're confusing it with welterweight, which is 170.
God, that was the fight before. All right. So we got Rodriguez at 15-3 versus Emmett at 18-2. All right. Rodriguez by reverse anal torque. Okay. Look it up. Look it up if you don't think it's real. Okay, like I do my research. I know.
So you want me to type anal torque in my Google?
Yes, and see if there's a bet on there. All right,
not on one that the kids have access to. Don't.
I'm telling you, it can happen. All right, it's a little bit of a torque. All right, we got it. It's easy. All right, so who are we on here? We got.
I believe it's me. Yeah. Bill's got my anxiety all tweaked about this fight.
Bill had me all messed up with it. Like, you know how bad it is when a fist
he
did,
dude, he gave me the rock eyebrow. He's like, Joe, I'm a little worried about the co-main. And he just didn't say anything and stared right at the camera. And so now it's got me all like, what is he thinking? But no, I'm gonna stick with my original pick, and
I'm just saying
that is
sorry.
That is Yair Rodriguez. I've been a big fan of watching this guy fight since he destroyed Jeremy Stevens. I've never seen anybody hit Jeremy Stevens like that and make him quit from a body shot. Make him just quit. Like, Jeremy Stevens is a brawler. He's the kind of dude that's like, yeah, I'll die in there and mean it. Yair hits like a Mack truck for a guy his size. People can talk about the Ortega fight. Ortega was getting outclassed in that fight, as far as I'm concerned. And that's the same Ortega that I was 100 feet away from was an inch away from taking Volkanovski's title away 2 times with 2 nasty submissions. Yair looked really good against Max Holloway and made him work his ass off in the late rounds to win a decision, but Max was bleeding. Did better than anybody has done against Max on the feet other than Volkanovski, and he could be the number 1 contender to fight Volkanovski next if he wins this fight.
Volkanovski.
That's actually, yeah, that's what I meant. Volkanovski. I say Volkanovski all the time, but yeah. So he's like,
we had him on the ropes. We had him on the ropes, and then you made it slip. We had the fister on the ropes. The fister made the last mistake.
Oh no! Yeah, listen. What Bill's got me wondering about is, does
we had him on the 1-2
take this thing to the cards? And if he does, that makes it very interesting because Emmett's got a really good gas tank and he's been with Team Alpha Male. He's only 5'6" and Yair's 5'11", so he's gonna have to get inside. If he rustles Yair, that's the only shot I think he's got here. But I'm gonna go with the talent and say that Yair wins and actually wins a decision. But drops Emmett maybe once or twice, bloodies him up real good, and maybe even 10-8s in 1 round, and beats him 29-28, maybe by split in the fight of the night. So I'm giving him a lot of respect there.
I'm going to say some technical difficulties there, and then it just came in a little jargled. So the infantry guys are still up 1-0 on Bill tonight. So, Bill, what say you on this one?
Sure.
I made a call. I made an executive decision.
Here, this is how I feel about competition with Bill. What's that, a win? Yeah, I'll take it.
I'll give Joe another win right now. He's right. It's going to be Yair Rodriguez. What the viewers didn't hear before the fight, I said this fight scares me the most out of everyone on this fight card, and Joe hit on it. Oh, I got the next fight, so I can actually talk about why I feel the way I do about something. So I'm going to lead into the next fight.
Rollover.
Emmett's gas tank is phenomenal, and he always comes into every fight in phenomenal shape. Emmett's really good. I think Yair is just that much better than he is, and Joe touched on it too. Yair just hits so hard, especially and that means a lot at that weight class. At that weight class, Yair hits like a welterweight. So I think he's the better fighter. It scares me going to the cards because Emmett's got that gas tank, and I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping Yair is coming in with a good gas tank, but you never know. Sometimes someone with an endless gas tank, someone like George St. Pierre, can just mentally ruin you in a fight. BJ Penn talked about it when he fought GSP. He was in between the second and third fight. He looked over and GSP was breathing through his nose, sitting in his chair. He's like, "That just fucked me up."
It literally does not mean a freaking thing how good you are if you can't breathe. Like when you gas, that's it, man.
And Emmett's got that gas tank, but I think Yair is just a better fighter. I think Joe's right. I think Yair wins a decision on this one. I don't think he finishes Emmett, but it's possible. However, going into why I feel like Yair is the way I do and how it's going to roll over is Yair Rodriguez was beating the shit out of Brian Ortega. People talk, oh, his shoulder just came out. He was being outclassed, which is so.
Yeah, there's a difference there. I know this, like, without being the big Earl. Like, I know that there's a difference between somebody who knows what they're doing and is just working at the class. Yeah.
Bill, if I can caveat on Yair, just one thing I forgot. Yeah. When you're 5'11", Yair has one of the nastiest front kicks to the face, and Josh Emmett's only 5'6". That front kick landing could be the only thing that finishes Emmett. But if he does put it on his chin, he's at least going to be put on Queer Street and take a lot of punishment.
For sure.
Because Yair Rodriguez is a friggin' sniper.
So you were saying, Bill, at the class. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and the reason why I brought up the Brian Ortega thing is, here's the thing. Yair was outclassing Brian Ortega big time, and he was whipping Ortega's ass. Going into the next fight, here's why I'm picking Makhachev. Volkanovski was seconds, and Volkanovski admits it, seconds from tapping, or not tapping, but going to sleep in that fight. Yair Rodriguez Jair Rodriguez was outclassed at Brian Ortega, who almost beat Volkanovski. Makhachev beats both those dudes hands down. I think Makhachev is just, he's the new phenom. And the real fight that I'm worried about is when Makhachev gets his hands on fucking Conor McGregor, he's going to fucking rip his arms off and try to break his head off his body. Because there's still a grudge match between Makhachev and the McGregor crew. And Makhachev is the next one who still holds that grudge about Conor, talking shit about Khabib's dad.
Because Khabib's dad was like Islam's dad.
Yeah. So here, and they're building that up. So Yair Rodriguez for sure. I'm telling you to take a money line when I give my parlays. Makhachev is going to beat Volkanovski. I don't think the fight goes the distance. I think Volkanovski gets submitted. Volkanovski's super fast. He's got strong hands, but I think Makhachev's going to put him on his back and keep him there, and it will eventually submit him. And I think Makhachev is going to make sure Dana White puts him in an octagon with Conor McGregor, because he wants to be violent against Conor McGregor, and I think that's going to happen. And Dana White knows, even if Conor deserves the match or not, that fight is going to bring so much fucking money to the UFC enterprise. He's going to make sure Conor McGregor gets in an octagon with Islam Makhachev. And Makhachev might get a murder charge for that fight. So skipping for the next two fights, Yair Rodriguez for sure, money line. I think it'll probably go the distance. Makhachev will beat Volkanovski. I'm thinking submission under 3 rounds. I think probably late second round, maybe mid second round, Makhachev by submission.
There you have him, champ. Keith in the chat said Makhachev will be the next Khabib.
For sure.
Yeah,
Keith is 100% right.
That's a great comment, because I was actually gonna mention all the comparisons you hear.
Yeah,
and I think what people are I think what people are overlooking is Makhachev is already a more dynamic finisher than Khabib ever thought about.
Khabib's, and sorry to cut you off, Joe, but
sorry.
Yeah, I am. But Khabib has said that growing, and as Khabib is coming up, he's told everybody Islam Makhachev is better than me. He's a better finisher, and he's just a bigger dude. He's like, Islam is better than me. He's going to be the next superstar.
Yeah. I gained respect for Thiago Moises because he managed to last 4 rounds with Makhachev, because that's better than Bobby Green. That's better than Dustin Poirier. That's better than, it's better than Dobes. Dobes fought him and got wrecked. But he's ran through everybody. And people are trying to sell pay-per-views by saying, well, Volkanovski's this. Look, Alexander Volkanovski's phenomenal. Probably number 2 in the pound-for-pound ratings. But yes, in my pound-for-pound number 1, it is Makhachev. And the reason being, everybody he's faced has been in the top 10. He's finished them all. And people were literally selling Charles Oliveira as the greatest Brazilian jiu-jitsu practitioner ever. Couldn't last 3 minutes with Islam on the ground without getting tapped. And he tapped instantaneously. This guy's squeeze is so fucking different. And I can already see Volkanovski getting caught in an arm triangle. Head and arm triangle. He rolls over, puts that big shoulder into his neck. Squeezes,
I'll put money on it right now. That's the exact
submission
Volkanovski loses to. It's going to be an arm triangle.
And Volkanovski, Volkanovski
bet the money.
100% the top featherweight in the world. He may be one of the best featherweights that's ever won the strap. And Yair Rodriguez would have hell to pay if he got a 5-rounder with Volkanovski. I'm not saying that he wouldn't have a chance, but it'd be the toughest fight of his life. But Islam has destroyed every lightweight, and Volkanovski's not even a big featherweight. Islam's a huge lightweight.
Weight class, man.
Yeah, and Islam is a huge lightweight. So yeah, I see his strength, and I know Volkanovski's smart enough to get some strikes off. He does have a 1-inch reach advantage, even though he's 5 inches shorter or 4 inches shorter. I see Volkanovski having some luck from the outside with leg kicks and long jab until Makhachev decides we're going to the ground. And when he decides they're going, they're going. He's too strong. He's too good. They know the ins and outs. They put that Dagestani handcuff on you, and you can't fight it off while getting punched in the face. You reach to defend yourself, and you're in a choke. And it's that simple.
And that's the problem.
I got Makhachev in the early third round by submission. Like 2 rounds of dominance, and then within the first couple of minutes of round 3, sub arm triangle, I got Islam and locked that one up.
And that's the problem is Volkanovski knows he can't go to the ground with him. He's going to have to dance and strike. But Islam is like Khabib. He's like, he's that good to the point you're going to go to the ground at some point. And when that happens, it's you're just smothered. And there's nothing you're going to do about
best. When they said, "Oh, Volkanovski's been training wrestling," he goes, "Let him train. Let him train 6 months."
Bill,
that's
Joe
great.
Knows,
he needs
Joe
it. He goes, "This guy did it for 20 years."
Joe knows his feeling.
I heard. Hey, who beat him? I can't remember.
It's like the past is the past. All right, we're going forward. We're not talking about it anymore. But like,
are we going to talk about the main event, or you two girls going to play slap and tickle in the weeds?
I thought we were talking about the main event. What are you talking about?
Triggered. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I did. It's VTT's triggered Joe. But hey, let's stay with Joe. All right. So we have the main event. All right. Everybody's going Makhachev here. All right. This is the money point. Take this out. All right. It's a pen. All right. I'm going to write down what these guys say, and then I'm going to bet on it. Like, this is where you make your money. All right. Joe, locks.
All right.
Parlay.
Locks. Okay, locks. I'm going to start with the first fight of the night. And Tukagov over Brenner. Definite lock that up. And then Look Boom Me, my favorite last name in women's MMA, is going to tear Elise Reed to pieces. So there's lock number 2. Like I said, Nick, I'm going to give 4 locks instead of 2 this time.
What was the second one?
Look Boom Me.
I'm willing to bet Joe and I have the same.
Her name is spelled the word look, Boonmee, all jammed together.
Yeah.
All right. So that's my second lock. Lock number 3, Jack Della Maddalena. Lock number 4, Islam Makhachev. DraftKings sleeper is going to be Bill and I guarantee we probably are on the same love line. Remember when we used to swing? We're right here with each other tonight. I can feel it. I got 2 DraftKings plays. Blake Builder in the second fight of the night against Shane Young. Shane Young's only on there because it's an Australian card. He's Australian born. This dude's not an MMA fighter. Blake Builder's coming off the Contender Series. Look really good, and he's undefeated. So good DraftKings sleeper and a good underdog parlay, and then Alonzo Menafield. So parlay is going to look like this. It's going to go Tukagov, my first lock. Loma Look Boom Me. My second lock. Then I'm going Tyson Pedro. That's the last prelim of the night over Modestas Bukauskas. So Tyson Pedro. Actually, I changed that one. Go under the distance in Tyson Pedro, Modestas Bukauskas because it's the same money. And Bukauskas has had a couple of knockouts in Cage Warriors. So just in case he catches them on one because they're light heavyweights. Go under the distance there. Then Jack Della Maddalena, and I am parlaying this by knockout. He's minus 330. You can get him down to minus 150 if you pick him to win by TKO. Yair Rodriguez, I'm going to go ahead and say he pulls it out, put him on my parlay. And then Islam Makhachev, I am going to pick by TKO or sub. It's a double chance option that you get on FanDuel. I would say it's more likely to be a submission, but I do got him winning by finish. So going from the top down, Makhachev, Rodriguez, then Tyson Pedro, and Bukauskas to go under the distance. Loma Lookboonmee and Zaire Tukagov. I skipped over one, didn't I?
I mean, nobody knows where you're going right now. Not in the Big Earl's book.
What are you talking about? I just told you from the bottom up on the card, and then I reversed it, went back down, and repeated it.
Did you skip one?
Felt like I did on the way down. But yeah, Della Maddalena, Yair Rodriguez, Islam Makhachev. Those are the 3 on the main card.
Yeah,
Tyson
sorry,
Pedro
Joe. I was getting ready to announce something awesome. So that's why. Sorry. I wasn't. I already wrote down everything you said. So
3. So 6-fight parlay.
6-fight
4
parlay.
locks in us. Yep.
I want to say Fuwado Sukertak is watching right now. All right. Fuwado Sukertak is the actual Asian that
If
used
names
to...
were people, you'd be going away for murder.
Exactly. All right. He is the actual Asian that used to run our production. All right. And he is watching.
Talking about Suds?
Yeah.
Oh, you crazy little bastard.
Yeah,
Where have
he's
you
a
been?
crazy
Where have
little
you been?
Asian. Where have you
That's
been?
what I wanna know.
I'll tell you where he's been. He's been getting married. That's what he was doing. All right. So
You early
hey,
20s drunk partying
yeah,
ranger
hey,
son of a...
congratulations to you and your union. I hope the best for you, Fuado. You are one of the best soldiers I ever had. You made my NCOERs by doing everything you could. I'm glad you got your DUI after I left.
And I apologize for the one of the best comments, but I did serve with them also, so you can understand.
Yeah. So Fuwado, love you, brother. Hope the best for you. Bill, let's go.
Okay. Joe and I have the same exact locks. So lock it up. Exact same locks.
Look who's getting a
DraftKings
second
sleeper
mortgage.
is Menafield. I just have a feeling Menafield is going to wreck Jimmy Crute. I'm going to read you an 8-fight parlay. Straight from my bookie. And it's very similar to Joe's. I added one in there that's a little bit ballsy, but I think it's going to hit.
Joe likes ballsy.
Yeah. Straight down my money line bet card. Money line Tukov. It's a first fight of the night. He's like a minus 625, so you're not going to win a lot of money off of that. Luke Boone Me, you can do her money line, but actually, if you take the over, which is a safe bet, you're actually a little bit better odds. Money line, she's like a minus 322. Over 2.5, it's like a minus 312. I think both these girls will go the distance. But take Luke Boone Me money line is probably the safer bet. Then go down to Jamie Malarkey. And then here's where the little bit
This is a ballsy pick if you go where I think you're going.
I'm taking Melsik Bagdasarian. Bagdasarian. He's a minus 112 versus a minus 113, pretty even. But I think Melsik's going to take that fight based off of their history. Take Melsik Bagdasarian, then Tyson Pedro, Alonzo Menafield, Jack Della Maddalena, and Islam Makhachev. On my bookie, that's a bet slip of an 8-fight parlay at a plus 21.28. $10 will get you 212.82.
Yeah, it's that Menafield pick instead of Yair. Ballsy. Yeah. I thought when you said Malarkey, I thought you were going with Prado. Which, by the way, if you want to make some money, don't give me your Malarkey. If you want to make some money on an underdog pick, that Prado kid is 11-0 with 11 finishes, and he is a banger. And Jamie Malarkey has a anvil-shaped face. You could put a gift shop on his chin as well, and he stands flat-footed in the pocket. Just saying, Francisco Prado may be a good play on DraftKings to get somebody for very, very cheap, and he wins by knockout. That's how you end up winning tournaments.
All right, very perfect. Okay, so again, go to 10thmountainwhiskey.com and put in the code VTT and get yourself a discount.
10,000th mountain.
Oh, I love it. Every single drop. But anyways, it's what makes the Big Earls picks the best. Anyways, go there, get that. We have shop.veterantrashtalk.com or gruntworksclothing.com. Put in the code VTTGW and get yourself a discount. A lot of people have been doing that in the last couple of days. And so, again, thank you. Our mission, again, for Veteran Trash Talk is to promote veteran-owned businesses. So if you have a veteran-owned business and you want to promote it, come on our show. It's free. We have a giant reach thanks to all of you. All right, all of you listening and watching, like, you will get press. So come on here, do it for free. It's that simple. All right. Like that's the idea. Like we want to help each other grow. All right. Other than that, we have a great show tomorrow, and it's an early show. All right. 9:00 Eastern time, which means I have to get up in 6 hours to get ready. All right. All right. We're doing Ranger Essential Coffee. All right. Apparently, you have to be a Ranger to drink it. I don't know, but we're going to find out. We're going to find out who's drinking it. Michael Levine from Vet TV is going to guest host as well. So he's coming on, and we're going to talk coffee. Like, how original are you, bro?
Yeah, come on, man. What's next? A t-shirt company?
Yeah, t-shirt company? Like, who sells t-shirts? Who grows a beard?
Bet you like the little green guys that were toys when you were a kid.
Right.
Sandlot.
But as we always do with every veteran-owned company, profit or non-profit, we love to bring on nonprofits on our show to vet them because everybody wants to know where to put their money. So, Bill, give it to us.
I'm actually going to give you two because I just ran into one actually today. I got brought onto one that I'm going to get involved in. Another great one involving the same group of folks. Obviously, for the people who have been watching this show for a while, I'm all about Gold Star Teen Adventures, based out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Absolutely, don't go to goldstarteenadventures.org. Donate your money. It's won many awards for being a nonprofit for how much money goes to the actual kids. Gold Star Teen Adventures takes kids of our fallen brothers and sisters, and they take them on scuba trips, hunting trips, mountain climbing, anything you can think of. They bring them together every summer, and they take them out, and they just let these kids know they're not alone and they're not forgotten. Sidestepping, there's another organization out there that's stationed out of here in JBLM. They're out of Fort Campbell, Kentucky. They're in San Antonio, Fort Bragg, and Spokane, Washington. It's called Wear Blue, Run to Remember, where they take various people who want to be a mentor, and they train Gold Star kids to run a 5K together, and we all wear blue. It's like a 10-week mentorship program where you just hang out with these kids for 3 hours on a Saturday and get them ready to run this 5K. But they also take donations to help these kids out, pay for the clothes, pay for the trainers, everything you can think of. So also go ahead and log in and wear blue to remember. I'll be mentoring a kid this year. Please go to Gold Star Teen Adventures or Wear Blue to remember. All the money goes to helping out Gold Star kids, which are the most important to me. We've all lost brothers and sisters, but everyone tends to forget about the kids left behind. It's both these programs are to let these kids remember that they are not forgotten and that they still have the love and family of all of us that remembers their family that lost.
100%.
I think it puts a different meaning to their lost parent as well for them too. You know, it lets them see that parent in a light that they wouldn't be able to without their brothers and sisters around.
And again,
it's a beautiful, I love it.
Are we going to replace the parent? No.
Nope.
But can we put a smile on their face? Yeah. Yes, we can. Right. So
maybe teach them with the same moral compass that their parents would, probably.
Yeah, probably. And again, love that. I love what Veteran Trash Talk has become. I can't wait to see how big it gets because we're just going to keep helping people. That's all we want to do. But all right. So see you tomorrow morning with the Veteran Trash Talk Hour. Other than that, rewind a little bit. Look at their locks, the parlays. If you, I didn't put the disclaimer out there. If you don't have money, don't bet.
Play that 6-fight parlay and you're welcome.
Yeah, play the 6-fight parlay with $3 that you have left. Let's do it. No, it's going to hammer it. So, all right, we'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Love you.